18, the $60,000 Warcraft 3 World Championship. This is the third match of the day and the third decision of the day. China versus Korea. Another another orc versus human here as Chaemiko from Clan Winners steps into the ring with Fly.
With his 2-1 performance earlier this tournament, he was looking very impressive. Having to meet Moon later after that, also looking really good, almost taking out the world champion. But that was not to be. Moon taking first place in the group after all, and second place now between Chaemiko and Fly. Fly, still the best orc in China. Can we even say that? It's not that clear anymore. Used to be crystal clear, but Fly, sometimes it seems like he's past his peak. But every now and then at offline tournaments, he shows up seemingly in old shape and is a force to be reckoned with, making it sometimes even to the finals still. Will this be one of those tournaments, or will it be Fly saying goodbye earlier already?
This group was pretty damn exciting so far, man. On paper, Moon, of course, was the big favorite, but all the games were pretty entertaining. Even Hunter challenging Moon and Fly to very, very good and lengthy matches there. There was a chance for both of them to drop maps against the Peruvian underdog. Chaemiko, the marathon man in this group, had to face Fly first. It was a 2-1, then this 90-minute slaughter against Moon. What a game. This series of the tournament so far, by far. If you haven't seen it, catch it on our YouTube. It's pretty damn entertaining. And now he just has to crown his performance with the first run into the top 8 ever for him at a Gold League.
And it seems like it is shaping up to at least be a good chance for him. Actually, when I talked to him in the interview that we have up on YouTube, he said that he's feeling very confident against Fly. And he got the win earlier, and it's also his strongest matchup. Has been for a long time. He has been looking really impressive with this one, being able to utilize several second heroes, especially the Mountain King having looked so strong there, getting to the late game and carrying with that clap most of the time.
Absolutely. Blood Mage also an opportunity here for him. So again, second hero versatility for the human race is pretty damn good. Chaemiko, I'm a pretty big fan of his. Since 2 years, he was my pick for the MIP twice in a row. Actually didn't make it in those years, but now with the clan maybe focusing more on Warcraft, the results show it is getting better, and this confident entrance here is something I've never seen before from him. Also, as he said in the interview, he felt pretty good, and basically everyone here backstage thinks he's the favorite.
Absolutely. Last WGL, no top 8 for him there. Now he is very close. Top 4, by the way, that is his goal for this entire year, getting to a big offline tournament and making top 4. It could be possible here, but it will be hard. Fly is gonna be standing in his way. He may have defeated him before, but that doesn't mean it's gonna be easy here moving forward. Fly having won a silver and gold medal at the Gold League before.
And it was only once that he didn't make it into the playoffs. He was participating in every single Gold League. It's been 2.5 years since he failed. Back then it was a 1-2 against 1-2-0. Fly bans Amazonia and Northern Isles. Chaemiko, CH and Twisted leaves us with Echo, Last Refuge and Terranas. Good Mountain King maps.
Yeah, Fly not vetoing Terranas then. Instead, I guess Amazonia is understandable, but vetoing Northern Isles instead of Terranas then. That is rather unusual. Alright, interesting, interesting. Yeah, Terranas outstanding MK map. Not just MK first, which is certainly playable here, but also MK second. You can get good creeping done. And in general, level 3 AM not too hard to pull off there if you don't go MK first. I wonder why this is still in the pool, rather unusual. We're starting off on Last Refuge though, where the Blade Master, if it is the first hero, will from the very get-go have great aggressive potential.
Chaemiko in both WGL participations, so close to the top 8, once eliminated by Infi 2-0 because his human mirror was so weak, and last time the round robin didn't do him too much of a favor with Lin, Foggy and TH in his group. Is this his big chance? Is this the biggest accomplishment of his career? Fly stands in his way. We take the start here on Last Refuge. Winners Chaemiko against Rogue Warrior Fly. And we have to mention this, only TH and 1-2-0 in the top 8 so far. Fly is the last chance for China. 2 out of 8, a 25% rate in the quarterfinals, in quotes. That would be a total disaster for China.
That's true. That's absolutely true. We have to think back. Gold League was dominated by Chinese years and years and years. Moon last year, yes, he was a Korean champion in the end. There are also no Chinese in the final, by the way. But usually the Chinese here, this tournament belongs to them. But now China's struggling. Fly will have to step it up, seemingly, to be able to beat Chaemiko here, having lost before. What does he have planned? Does he have something new lined up? We have seen in this matchup quite a bit of evolution. In 1.30 we saw more and more Farseer first, more and more Wind Rider play, but this is 1.31 again. The Blade Master, especially if Fly is playing, is going to be the expected.
Yeah, the question is how often will he lose that expected hero? If he can play it a little more carefully, if he uses his items, if he's not falling to the Stormbolt, then Fly should have a decent chance, as his Blade Master controller is still one of the best in the game. But Chaemiko knows, of course, about this little weakness of Fly and will try to exploit it. Archmage first, Blade Master first, standard stuff on LR.
So, usually the Blade Master opening here is no creeping at all, but rather going towards the shop, getting the circlet, and then being aggressive. Hopefully we can resolve the clicking here. Not quite sure where that is coming from. But I'm sure production is going to be on it.
Yeah, some first-person sound, I guess. It's also a clash of generations. Fly, one of the oldest players in this tournament with 31. Of course, a highly decorated player with a WCG silver medal, with a GCS trophy, with a PGL trophy. Chaemiko barely breaking the top 100 earners in Warcraft with only $6,200 to his chest, but it's getting better every year. He's only 25 years old. He has more time for Warcraft now with having the support of clan winners, and so far it is absolutely paying off. March Open qualifier, second place. April Pro qualifier, second place as well, only being defeated by Moon. But that's about it. Not too many results apart from that in big tournaments, so this would be his breakthrough performance for sure.
Interesting movement by Chaemiko after the first green camp, not moving towards the next one for the level 2, rather running across the entire map, trying to steal the Ogre Warrior down there now. And this is also serving as distraction, as Militia are moving out at the same time. Blade Master can only be in one spot. Last hit goes to the AM there, does get the item as well, but finds himself in a surround. Oh man, was that worth it? Probably not. He's going to TP out here before losing too many HP, but this is kind of scary already. You don't want to drop low with the AM. If you have Mercamp support for healing, I guess it's okay, but that's of course not going to be possible here on this map with the Mercamp being so hard. So now the AM has to get at the very least the boost of speed, otherwise this is too scary.
Yeah, he has the resources for it right away, but Fly knows of course what's up, sees that immediately. Oh,
Boots aren't quite ready yet. They're still ticking down. Timing-wise, gets him now.
There we go. A little bit of more damage. He was creeping up with Militia, so level 2.3 for him. Blade Master going into another direction, and we'll be able to pick up the item there if Chaemiko is not destroying it. Oh, dropping the wards, that's nice.
What is it? +3. Slippers is what he wants? No. He left the gauntlets there, hoping to be able to pick it up with the AM, but that was not to be. Blade Master in the shadows now, looking for the backstep. Can he somehow get the kill here? He does have a scroll of speed, but he probably needs a grunt to block. He was spreading the grunts out everywhere on the map, looking for the Archmage, perhaps looking for a block. The sentry, very nice now for him. He's got the perfect timing to look for the last hit.
Reveal though, he knows that the Blade Master is there, so is abandoning this Ogre for now, trying to get in some damage on this blade, but the grunts are coming in, trying to block against the Archmage, but hard to do with Boots of Speed. One footman ensnared and killed by the creeps, the other one slaughtered by Fly. This is not looking good for the Korean at all. Another ensnare! Oh, this turns out to be a disaster.
Blade Master can definitely run it down with the Windwalk if he wants. Doesn't even need really good grunt blocks over here. Deny, at least from the footy. Oh, molded toss, has to be careful. Gonna go into Windwalk here, so he's fine.
What does Chaemiko have left now? He's not getting level 3. Blade Master rises up to level 2. No footman left alive. This makes it so hard to creep now for Chaemiko. And you need the levels.
And once again, we have the rifle transition coming in here. It's becoming more and more popular on Last Refuge. Introduced, I believe, by TH and Infi. TH, more so, I guess. Sentry Ward being dewarded with a Dust of Appearance. AM, though, still looking to be in a precarious situation at around 300 HP. Shadowhunter showing up out of nowhere could be a kill quickly. He needs the MK second, he needs the Stormbolt control, and then he should be safe. But still, scary early mid-game here for the human, and now one of his big camps is being taken away as the Yoga Magi is being picked up by Fly, and the item to be found, the Greater Invul, is going to be very welcome.
Okay. What can he do? Can he do some... Can he get one grunt at least? That would be pretty sweet for the Korean, but Fly disengaging in time, with the Shadowhunter most likely focusing on his own shop to get the second big consumable on the map. Pretty Night Elf-esque play here to dominate that, but oh, actually not doing that, going for the lab early.
That's a really big camp. Doesn't that take forever with only 2 grunts?
Fly was already great in creeping shops with like 1 blade, 1 grunt on Turtle Rock, for example. Maybe he's just sniping the item. Chaemiko is doing the same, so he has a lot of time.
Yeah, there was a 3rd grunt coming in as well as the Walker. That makes that much more doable. So works out. That should be level 3 for the blade. Then he can roam. Then he can solo creep the Shadowhunter. So it's still working out pretty nicely over here for the Orc, who is getting to a comfortable position.
Oh, no tower in the main. Fly knew about that, and there is the Wyvern. Chaemiko is pretty close, and he has Rifleman and this Archmage, so he can shut it down fast, I guess, but he's not willing to retreat for now. First kill already for this Wyvern.
I think there's an opening into the main, right? Yeah, okay. There's an opening, so he doesn't even need a tower, really. The rifle is enough. But it was distracted. 1 priest lost to the creeps. Not exactly what you want, but somewhat cheap to replace, I guess.
3 good consumables now for Fly. Not the dream drops, really, with the Wand of Mana Stealing and the Ankh, but still can put that to good use, especially the Wand against the Mountain King is pretty damn nice. Chaemiko on the other side, one of the Wind against the Blade Master is always cool, as well as you have limited Dispel. You need that against Water Elementals and Slow. So having that is pretty good as well. But yeah, levels is what missing. Heal scroll number 1 on Fly's side.
Blade Master finds the human army. This is a little bit scary. Very small force only just now for Chaemiko, and the Creepjack is coming in. What's he aiming for first? Rifleman seems to be the target. No militia here being called just yet. A little bit slow with that perhaps is Chaemiko. First rifle dead. Sorcerers to fall as well. And
that was the only one, right? Maybe he just rebuilt one, but that's yeah, he has no TP.
Chaemiko, what are you doing?
Who was it on day 1 who ran into a hill? Hunter, right?
He's seriously trying the red camp?
Wow.
Fly is right there, dude.
Yeah. Should be an easy snack for Fly. Don't know about the duration of the Windwalk, though.
He does get the surround, though. He has the dust plus the wand. He can cyclone up the Blade Master. There it is.
What did he get?
Ancient Django.
Oh, so nice. More movement speed against the usually slowed army anyway. There is a choke now, but Chaemiko does not seem ready to fight. 7 supply difference. But the Shadowhunter is not level 3, so that was a risky move, but absolutely paid off.
Yeah. Making great use of the Wand of the Wind there, actually. Really good control onto the blade. But still, like these rifles, just like we saw from Cash earlier, they haven't hit critical mass yet, and they're getting picked off. The second rifle now taken out just a second ago. Taking quite a while to kill off this grunt, but he does have the damage sufficient.
He seems so confident in his micro skills, in his fighting skills. And Snare on the Mountain King now, but should be too tanky. Clap number 1 coming in, but only level 1. Heal Scroll saves this Raider for now. Heal Wave, so much damage to kill this one off. And the Wyvern is still up against 4 rifles.
And the MK now out of mana makes it really hard to fight for the Orc, for the human, excuse me. Windrider, well microed, heal wave coming in as well, and Fly seems to be taking a very good engagement now here.
Yeah, absolute mistake by Chaemiko to have the priest still in front. He moved the rifleman back, but he forgot about the casters, resulting in 2 kills.
More casters are coming. Sorks queued, priests queued.
A player's forces are
but that was all without a level 3 MK just yet. If he continues to creep a little bit more, he's going to hit that level up, which is a massive one, of course, as we know.
And Fly can take risks to steal items here. It's not that easy. There's also no reveal anymore. Chaemiko has nothing on the high ground as far as I know. Loses that one for the shop, so no healing. And this shop must be cancelled, and it is.
Really good Blade Master usage here. Super annoying. Chaemiko, oh my god, if he can steal this item as well, but no, he was slow. Blade Master doesn't get it. So be for the MK. Even more mana. And level 3.
And after this disastrous early game, I'm pretty impressed by Chaemiko's recovery here. Like, this is not supposed to happen usually.
And also his confidence, like how he was willing to go to the red camp, realizing, okay, my one of the wins should keep me safe.
Also still no tower in the base. He knows that there's Wyvern. At least one. But Fly is doing a good job in shutting the shop down. At least he gets that 4 now, and now his creeping starts as well. 4 and 3, like 4 and 4 now.
Extremely defensive creeping by Fly though, pulling out the Merc camp way into the back. There is the level 4 Blade Master.
Oof, Invul Potion, okay.
Using the Invul instead of the Ankh.
Heal scroll on both sides. Sylvie Mask on both sides.
Kind of like that he keeps the Ankh, by the way.
Yep.
Making damn sure he's not losing the blade. Keeps the ring as well.
Damage-wise, this Blade Master is not really overwhelming. Got the Spidey Socks for +5, and okay, the DPS seemed to be good with 2 Gloves of Haste, but that doesn't help the crit, and that's usually what you want. Shadowhunter with the Mana Potion now, that's good. Invul Potion on the Mountain King. The next big engagement in front of the laboratory. No blocker line at all for Chaemiko, also no breaker to steal Spirit Link. This is not the easiest one, but he takes down the Wyvern, and that's big damage loss for Fly.
He used the heal scroll plus the speed scroll to try to get it out of there. That didn't quite work though. MK taking plenty of damage, kind of the only tank in this fight. No breakers at all, as we had no shop for such a long time. TP out now for Chaemiko before he loses too much. One more grunt will be his prize, but he lost kind of the same amount actually, I think, as Fly.
Yeah, Kodo has eaten, so 3 supply are stuck.
Yeah, true.
And the heal scrolls are gone on both sides.
Having still no shop is really annoying now. Poor Chaemiko wants those clarities, wants that regen scroll.
So Fly could take the red spot now, but apparently he doesn't want to. Going for the shop first and scouting first if Chaemiko is going that way. Kind of like that move so far. Is it time for another heal scroll? Yes, it is. And finally the shop for Chaemiko. 3rd time he tries that.
We'll be getting it now. Both players sitting around 50. Who's going to go into upkeep first? It is still worth going into upkeep. We have still camps left on the map worth contesting, especially the the top left side of the map still has some juicy experience and items to be found, and that's where Chaemiko is heading. He doesn't want to give up this real estate. But level 4.5 Shadowhunter, close to 5, and if you get level 5 Shadow, Clap is still good, but you can heal very well against it.
So this is going to be another important creep spot, the last big one on the map basically, and it goes to Fly. Can Chaemiko steal the experience at least with Clap?
Oh, he got it, I think.
Whoa, yes he did. Item on the ground, of course. This should go to Fly. He's slot starved actually. Oh, Clap again. Mountain King a little bit out of position. Can he somehow save him? Invul Potion. Yes, there's a lot of mana to work. What a dream position for the Clap, but now how to get out?
Yeah, Invul almost over, trying to pop himself out with the Ivory Tower. But he needs Invis. He needs Invis from the sorceresses to survive. Somehow he squeezes out of there, and Clap after Clap coming in with the mana pots. He dealt so much damage in the front line, and the Shadowhunter was healing against it, but seemingly not enough. But now again going for the MK. Here comes the Invis, so the control from Chaemiko is outstanding. And again, saving this Mountain King, his sole frontliner, his sole tank in this army.
Blade Master, the mana is basically not existent here. Shadowhunter has still a mana potion, taking out the sorceress now. Heal wave last second. Mountain King is still doing some right clicks. Raider falls, trades it, but there's stuff to fall for Chaemiko as well. Especially the castles are hurt, but Fly has to retreat. What a fight by Chaemiko! My God, if Fly doesn't kill the Mountain King here, it's it really doesn't look good for him. And the Sobi Mask got the Brilliance Aura, get the Mountain King back to like 100 mana. He has to disengage. Supply is equal, but boy, was that a fight for the human.
Damn, this MK. Once again carrying the way we've been seeing him do more and more these last couple of months. But the expansion is almost up now. Chaemiko completely out of lumber. The polar opposite of Fly right here. Casters don't cost much lumber, but they do cost some.
That pop out with that ivory tower, I haven't seen it in forever. Once again, one for the highlight reels. Chaemiko making quite a few appearances there so far.
Shadowhunter though, basically level 5. You can creep that up now.
Yes,
MK level 4 as well. That's nice.
Even though Chaemiko has the flashy plays, Fly still has a great position in this game. He's pressuring Chaemiko basically into a push with that expansion now. Well, he can stay defensively. There's nothing to lose on this map anymore, except maybe scrolls and invols, but Chaemiko will never have the resources to buy them both. I guess he is at 1,000 gold now, but he will get into 60 supply soon as well. Blade Master Control was nice killing that one. Oh, Chaemiko actually stealing this one with an Invis Mountain King. These are moves that can really turn games, as it forces Fly to go to the other shop, exposing his army a little more.
Here's the scout now from that water elemental. How much time does Chaemiko have to attack this? He absolutely does not have the lumber to counter expand. Blade Master
has the Ankh still. Clap wants to get rid of the item here. Mana should be fine.
Stormbolt?
Yep. Invest the Storm. 2 Stormbolts for that.
He must know the Shadowhunter's coming, so he's gonna back it up.
Yep.
But that Ankh's gone forever. And how good that he kept it, right? How good that he didn't sell it.
So much mana. This level 4 Archmage with the level 2 Brilliance Aura and the Sobi Mask. Now with the Mana Potion. And again this one Ivory.
Is it really to get out of surrounds?
If it is, man, this is next
When
level
I saw it
shit.
the first time, I thought it was for Magic Sentry Reveal, but I don't even think he has that upgrade. This is really cool. Fly, suddenly 59 supply, but that is mostly stuck in production. As Shadowhunter does a celebratory dance here. Doesn't have Big Bad Voodoo just yet. MK once again, Invis in the front line, looking for the perfect clap opportunity. Once again, he finds himself in a little choke, exactly where he wants to fight. And the militia coming in. This is all in now from Chaemiko. First clap, boom, hitting big time onto 6 targets right there. Priest a little too far forward. Blade Master finds an easy snag, but the MK is much harder to take out. Slowed down, not so much damage from the blade. Repositioning on the Mountain King further towards the back line of his. But it's so much healing from the Shadowhunter, who has the shop as well.
There's no reveal on Fly's side, so the Invis can work wonders here. And Snare again, good control on this Mountain King, who still finds the claps. Blade Master trying to find the backline, but the rifles, man, they are untouched there, putting in a lot of damage. See how these grunts melt. This tower was used before for a block, I guess, and now he's blocking again with farms. Interesting ideas by Chaemiko for sure, but a supply deficit as well. But this choke now, though. This choke is so good. Mountain King maybe the only target. Stormbolt to counter this. Heal Scroll used. Everything basically back up to green. But now the Mountain King has nothing to heal anymore, and Invis has to work. Still so much mana. Stormbolt and Clap combo. Here we go with the... Oh my god! So close. Running away from the Blade Master's sword, who's now level 5. Crit! Ooh, maybe Hex comes in! Mountain King is about to die! So much tankiness is not enough! 162 crit, 153 crit! And Chaemiko taps out. Fly exploding in this fight, and once the Mountain King is gone, the human chances drastically go low. And he wasn't able to push this expansion. It wasn't enough. Fly's timing with the second gold mine, really nice. I did not expect this at all.
Yeah.
And that caught Chaemiko by surprise as well.
The nail in the coffin there, the expansion towards the end with the advantages that he got and the big hero levels because of the earlier moves in the game. It felt like everything started already slipping out of hand once the AM was dropped low and forced into the TP. After that, he was forced to play so defensively, gave up the merchant, at least the item there, couldn't mass creep with mass militia called over and over for that fast level 3 MK, was really far out of the map. I don't know about that one. When he was over at the red camp, before that losing 2 units for free. I feel like with this rifle strat, you should really try to consolidate your forces, get your big bulky army up first, but yeah, when that TP is lost, you can get caught on the map. And Fly making good use of that early pickoff.
Definitely a problem to not get the breakers out. Fly's damage against the shop, the timing to kill the shop was outstanding. Twice in a row, it took forever And then he was kind of left alone without a blocker line at all. No footmen were rebuilt because the barracks was always busy with the riflemen. And then, as an orc, you can engage pretty well, I guess, with the Mountain King being the only tank.
Yeah.
Especially if you're not
rifle
playing a
strats-
kiting game, but straight up fights.
Yeah, this rifle strat still, like especially when we see TH play, it can look really good. But it seems like when one thing goes bad, like you fall behind. Actually, Chaemiko came back really well. That fight at the left-hand side, creep camp, red camp, with the Invis MK, got so much mileage out of that hero there, where we saw the Ivory Tower used for the first time. That was really cool. But after that, double level 5 Orc heroes, scary. If the MK gets level 5 himself, this is still an even ball game, can go either way. But that was never reached. He got level 4, but level 4 to level 5, that's another big, massive upgrade.
True. Fly playing better than expected. As I said, not the flashy plays. They were on the side of Chaemiko, but pretty solid. This early game was, again, the key to his victory, I think.
Yeah,
really well done. Chaemiko on his back foot basically throughout the entire game. Was hard to come back from that. Maybe with a better opening, he can find a better answer to Fly's play. He is down a map, though. Will the nerves come into play now? He went on stage, a little bit goofy, with a little bit of a taunt there. His smile is wiped off by Fly. Terranas Stand was a winning map for him in the first encounter where he expanded. Will Fly allow that once more? Will he shut it down and go into the round of 8? Terranas Stand, Chaemiko about to be eliminated.
This will be very interesting now. The mind games are a big factor. So it was a level 1 AM expansion previously with the really cool wall-off at the lumber mill. How is Fly going to play against it? How is he going to try to counter it? If that is the play. Or does Chaemiko expect the counter already and will be playing differently now the second time they meet on Terranas? So far it looks like it will be a little bit different by Chaemiko as his altar is pointing towards the Merc Camp. So it might be a Merc Camp creep first. That could mean Mountain King first. As Fly can not really go for anything other than a Blade Master here. I mean, Shadowhunter and Farseer were pretty popular, at least Farseer, in this matchup. But I'm expecting another Blade Master, certainly, once again. The question is, Mountain King, yay or nay? It is Mountain King. Okay, we're going to have a mix-up here. As previously, it was the AM that we saw with that instant expo. With Mountain King, you really can't go for the instant expansion. It is a little bit too hard to creep for the first camp, even with militia support. And more importantly, you're going to be stuck defending after having crept the gold mine. And then you're going to be level 2 only, which is not what you want to be with an MK at all. You want to be level 3. You want to have Mercs as well. So you kind of got to go Merc camp first. Into expansion, into green, or perhaps somewhere green in between. And that will be level 3, and then the Mountain King is very strong here early on. And the nice thing also playing MK first here is you're going to get level 3 very quickly. Moving on up the experience ladder after that isn't going to be that easy. But if this becomes a late game, then level 5 is absolutely in the cards for the human.
True that. This, yeah, this is of course Chaemiko's pick. He should feel confident here. Fly, does he know the strategy better now? Does he know it, like, how to shut it down better? It's Stormbolt first, not Clap. Okay.
To minimize the frost armor. Okay, perhaps he did the min-maxing here and realizes this is the better way to do it. Blade Master not going for the harass right away. And something we see very rarely, this is a Peon Scout. An actual Peon Scout with a fast shop as well. So this is going to be a rather late tech from the Orc side. As the Mountain King gets level 2, 1 of mana stealing, and the mantle. Everything that is mana is great for the Mountain King, so good drops for him.
True that. Especially with Fly, who's playing on the verge of everything, basically. So if he's at around 110 mana, then the Wind of Mana Stealing comes in, hits the Stormbolt. He might be surrounded without mana to get out with Windwalk. So especially against this opponent, I really like the item in the hands of the Mountain King. Also later on, he might be in range to burn the Shadowhunter a little bit.
I would love for Fly to steal the dust now, just so Chaemiko doesn't get it. But seems like Chaemiko isn't even aiming for it. It was going to be nighttime here, so the MK could have picked it up, but didn't even need to. Creep's woken up. Doesn't really do too much. MK wants to get the last hit, needs to invest the Stormbolt, gets it, and the item, and with that has reveal, which is pretty nice now against this Blade Master.
Absolutely. Free reveal basically every other minute. But Fly has so much mana to work with. Can he get the last hits with this blade? He slowed down for once. How much mana does Chaemiko have to invest? Oh, Stormbolt. Man of Mana stealing maybe. Is he? Oh, it's not close to that, but he's revealed. How fast is the Stormbolt ready? It's still on cooldown. The Grunt, though.
Surrounded.
Yeah.
Did the Grunt get the last hit? I don't believe he did. I'm not exactly sure.
Okay, this is level 3, but only with the Grunt. So I guess he did.
Berserker now as well. With that, we have more damage on this MK. And now he's really scary. Level 3 MK so early is absolutely a fearful opponent to face. Any Grunt that walks into range is most likely gonna die. But if Chaemiko runs away from his expansion, then the Blade Master may swoop in for some more harass. Doesn't want to have that happen either, as there is still mana on the blade, even after the first. One of mana stealing. Ooh, very early lumber mill.
Yeah, he doesn't
Afraid
want
of Wind Riders.
I guess so too. Yeah, in the first game that threw him back a little when he had to move back in a moment where he really didn't want to. So having a guard tower in the main should be fine and should be on time as well. Chaemiko supply stuck though. Not even the lumber at the moment, but the expansion will free this up.
Got level 2 Clap. Kind of surprised. I thought he was going to go for level 2 Stormbolt in this early game, as he was going to creep level 4 anyways. No, not the case. Ready for the mass repair. Here are the peasants, but the Blade Master's just looking for a few worker kills. Oh, he's getting walled in though. Uh-oh.
Is he? He's scouting the timing.
He is.
Yes, he is.
But how are you going to do damage to the blade now?
A couple of Stormbolts.
There's mana burn now.
Reveal.
Oh, reveal, exactly.
So that's the last one.
He's dead.
Yeah, he doesn't have a staff. The question is how much time and how many footmen does he have to invest? Oh, that Shadow Priest.
No, he was out of
Unnecessary.
mana.
Oh,
Anyways, couldn't do much more. Alright, so Blade is gonna die here, sooner or later. How much can the MK get done? How can Chaemiko get more ahead now with this, is the question.
Blade heals up still. This will cause a lot of attention. But yeah, the Mountain King storms over, trying to get a little bit of a harass up against this Shadow Hunter, who creeps with a lightning shield here, so basically guaranteed level 2. But is it that guaranteed if there's an MK with Stormbolts? Going for the Shadow Hunter, and Clap cutting his HP in half, gets the kill as well. I think he's slot starved there. Yeah, the item goes to Shadow Hunter, hexes against it, disengages with a speed scroll. Stormbolt hits him again.
Oh!
There's more mana, claps him to death. First hero kill in the game, and this will be followed by a second one as Fly cannot get out of there.
Pickaxe power!
Just needs to make sure he gets the kill. That should be level 4 for the MK.
Oh my God.
Tower has to stop attacking soon.
It's taking forever. He's got so much armor. Yeah, he's attacking his own building. Honestly,
Oh my god, he gets so many kills.
he actually got a lot of kills, exactly. Level 4 for the MK though at the end of the day. Could look... is he going to the tavern for a revive intercept? No, not really. More mana! Mantle, hey, there we go. Just gonna pick that up.
Yeah, I guess if he goes to the tavern, then there's another Stormbolt and boom.
Yeah, I was expecting the MK to be more aggressive, still having the TP and all, but no, he's just gonna fall back. He's satisfied with what he did here in the mid-game. Shadowhunter, of course, came back very quickly, being only level 1. Blade Master's gonna take a little bit longer.
At least he can creep again. It was only a level 1 kill, as you said, but Blade Master not level 3, that's a big issue. Fly also stuck at 40. Chaemiko's in such a great position, no counter expansion, only now, but that's already a little bit of desperation.
Yeah, this is extremely late. Sanctums should be coming up for Chaemiko soon, perhaps some rifles to be added in, and very quickly this human force can explode into 70 supply, as we've seen so many times throughout the history of Warcraft. Going for a shredder. He wasn't really low lumber.
Okay. Yeah, he has 2 lumber mills, right? So
Oh my god, is he going Melting Valley style 3 base Griffins?
That would be so sick to see tier 3 for the first time in this patch, for me at least.
Yeah, I haven't seen that forever. I would like to, though.
Okay, he's getting closer to level 3. But that's about it. Like, the Shadow Hunter. What else does he have? He had no harassment.
Look at the rings. Holy crap.
WFC playing 20 armor almost.
Yep. Doesn't help against spell damage, but very good against right clicks. MK, by the way. Almost level 5. Oh, the creep drag, though. That's gonna hurt.
There is a TP, so he can get out. It's only disposable footman, but it gets him closer to level 3 here. Clap against it. TP out. The Mountain King is strong, but not really a one-man army. This Berserker kill from Fly was pretty nice as well, and takes out the remainers of this creep spot. So, hello level 3, and stop sign for level 5 MK.
And with that creep drag, basically this expansion is done.
Yeah. Absolutely. If he doesn't stop him here, there could be a decent push coming in for Chaemiko as he's so close to that expo. But Fly with good positioning.
Alright, show me the main. Is it tier 3? Are we going 3 base?
Come on. Warmel coming. For
I mean, if he's not going tier 3, then this Shredder is a big waste of resources. Late Master stealing these creeps is going to be very helpful. Gets the big one. Stormbolt hurts. Right clicks not so much.
No, right clicks absolutely not. And there was a big healing as well, which you can't use during Stormbolt stun, but apart from that should be fine. Like, what can kill this Blade Master? Seriously.
Stormbolt.
Yeah, Stormbolt and Clap, but...
AM second. So that certainly doesn't look like tier 3 then. So he is just going for rifle casters. Then why the Shredder?
As upgrades?
Completely
It's only
unnecessary.
4. I don't know, man.
But we have level 5 MK. Level 5 MK, most likely with level 3 Clap, which is the bane of every ground army, basically.
Yeah. And now we get the Archmage as well. 4 mana. Oh, actually Blizzard first.
Clap Blizzard, of course. Outstanding combo. Melee unit upgrades.
What the hell?
Breakers?
A player's forces are under attack.
It's looking a little weird.
And Fly is getting more time for creeping to catch up. Level 4 Blade with this and another item.
Honestly, with this super strong MK, he could use that for a third base. I mean, he's not doing it, but he could have done it.
Vampiric Aura, 20% life steal on all the melee units, including Blade Master. That's the best item that Fly could have hoped for, who's banking on 1,500 gold. Not breaking upkeep yet. Big supply deficit, of course. No burrow, no tower at the expo. He's aware of what's happening. He sends out Militia. But for what?
Wouldn't Aura first have been better, by the way?
I think so too.
Oh well. More free kills over here. These footies really didn't do much of anything. 70 supply for Chaemiko. Almost. Militia being sent over to another position now. He needs an invul on this MK though. He has an invul on the AM. I guess he could only go for 1. The Ankh is still on the first hero. So the MK is somewhat safe.
No militia support, of course, only peasant support. Does he want to tower up a position?
Fly so late to spend his resources. Yeah. We have seen that cost many games already in this tournament.
Also, not the biggest items, like a mana potion and the heal scroll, but that's about it. No invul.
Oh, this shot would be a big cancel.
Yeah. Should be able to get it, right? If he gets a decent-ish position. Shredder for Fly as well. Okay, he's not focusing the shop. He's going for the Great Hall right away.
He's trying to bait some spells here with these illusions, but Chaemiko is not falling for it.
Pickaxes against the Great Hall. That will take some time. But now he's gunning down the tower. Oh, that was big. Second heal scroll for Fly as well. His army is a lot slower, and the beautiful Clap and Blizzard combo. No end snare thus far, he just lets it go. Here it is, focusing this hero immediately, swaps over the Invul Potion. That thing is safe for 7 seconds. Blade Master, how much damage can he do? And this looks good so far, but the peons block him. Archmage is hexed now, and boom, down he goes, but the Ankh was swapped as well.
Well done. The second hero is going to be back with this. And
Oh,
so much
boy.
damage, dude. Clap after clap coming in. The Blizzard was lacking a little bit there. We have only one more clap. Oh my god. The level 3 clap is absolutely insane. He still has a mana potion, by the way. Everything's dropping low. Everything's about to die here for Fly. Losing more and more grunts, more clap coming in, more kills. This AM must be almost level 2 at this point.
Yep.
Even a shop now coming. I love that for more mana pots and heal pots as well. And the Shredder there making short work of these peons.
Multi-kill, that's for sure. The Clap level 3 is so sick. And the Shredder, you were questioning the Shredder. He took out the entire peon line. Clap again. Follow-up damage. He can't lose this Mountain King, though. Oh boy, what is there to save him?
Spirit
Invis
Link.
maybe. He's trying to fight out. Fly blocking. Not anymore. The Berserker was Chaemiko's, of course.
Spirit Link there working in favor of the human, actually.
Yeah.
Not too much army left for Chaemiko, but still these insane heroes. Mana
This
potion
mana,
again!
Here we go. We saw this at the mercenary camp. We see it again. GG. Chaemiko, the marathon man. Of course we go full distance. 2-1 against Fly, 1-2 against Moon. And now the decision of Group C will be made on Echo Isles.
And we see it again. Like, we have seen this so many times in recent memory. MK level 3, level 4, level 5 is just unbelievably strong. Such a powerhouse here once again, proving to be damn impressive. And Fly, you are to blame for this. Terran Stan, why do you leave it in the pool? Why?
Especially if you fell to it before. Like, there was basically no lesson learned from
Yeah.
the games in winner bracket semifinal.
It was a different game. It was a fast expo instead of an MK expansion, but he still lost. It's still a really good human map and not that great for ORC. I guess maybe he feels he can snipe a lot of claws here and some wands of the wind and some potions and stuff, and that's all well and good, and he did do that, but it was not enough against this Mountain King.
Echo Isles now, though. Is it Mountain King again? Is it maybe even Blood Mage? We can dream, but very unlikely. ORC going Archmage again. Smile still wiped off Chaemiko's face, and the killer looks in Fly's eyes as well. It's so different when you see him in a series and outside a series. It's basically two different people.
Yeah, looking very serious now indeed. We're having a 3-mapper here for the second time, ladies and gentlemen. 1-1. Chaemiko victorious the first time. Can he make the MK work on Echo as well? That's the question.
I think that is the question indeed.
I feel like against Night Elf, it's really well doable. Against a Demon Hunter, it's hard, but against everything else, it's fine. But against Orc, it's not that easy.
Depends a lot on Fly's harassment early. How many units can he kill? Will his hero survive this time? I mean, we got 2 hero kills right after each other in the mid-game. So how do you recover from that as an Orc when you're so dependent on levels against this Mountain King? Very hard to do. Also, the item luck wasn't really on Fly's side with 4 rings on the blade. 20 armor sounds pretty nice, but you know, if you lack damage, as an Orc always does, then those are really not the best items for sure.
Yeah. 20 armor, dude. It's like almost double Fairy Dragon armor. But yeah, the DPS was lacking and the healing was lacking. Is there any way to counter the damage of a level 3 clap? I'm not sure. 5 heal scrolls,
Yeah,
maybe.
5 heal scrolls, I guess. So, Chaemiko 1 map away from the biggest accomplishment of his career, a top 8 at a Gold League. Fly, with the win, he goes for his 7th playoff in the 8th Gold League participation. It's super close between the two, and also China. The honor of China is on the line. Only 2 Chinese players with TH and 1-2-0 would be a disaster after Infi failed earlier against Law Lyot. Will it be another Korean win against China? In the upper left we have Fly, in the upper right we have Chaemiko. They go head-to-head here on Echo Isles to decide Group C.
First big question for us to be asked is, what's the first hero? Well, for Fly, it's most likely going to be the Blade Master. We have seen some Farseer here, but probably not from the Chinese orc. But what is Chaemiko going to play? Is it going to be the AM, or the MK, or the Dark Horse, the Blood Mage, who can sometimes make for spectacular, awesome games as well? Well, the altar is pointing towards the green camp, and meaning the human won't be going for the Merc camp to begin with. Makes an MK very unlikely. This is certainly looking like an AM opening in this third game. So, what is it? The Observer looking very curiously as well. It is the Archmage. Blade Master just a couple of seconds behind. Is he not going for a shop? No orc shop just yet. No, never mind. Was just waiting a little bit. Is going to have it ready to supply himself with heal selves to heal up after the first bit of creeping. Of course, claws are easy to come by here on Echo Isles. First person of Chaemiko, who is... Is he extra zoomed in?
Looks like it, right?
This is like extreme... This is more zoomed in than BattleNet norm.
Or is it the normal stretched? I don't know it anymore.
I don't think so. Like, this is actually hard to watch. No wonder he's microing so well in small armies, I guess.
Yeah, we mentioned this before, that he completely changed his setup from a very small window mode to like stretched 16 by 9 in just half a year.
Are under attack.
Apparently this worked well for him.
So, starting off with the green here, is it going to be kind of like what Cash tried to do earlier, level 1 aggression towards the burrows in the main? Focus shut that down hard, but that was just thanks to absolutely perfect defensive play, which I'm still kind of in awe of. So that is how awesome that was. No, AM going towards the south seems to be wanting to go to the Murlocs for level 2 from that camp. Hard to scout for, hard to find, but that's kind of... There's 4 positions where the AM could be right now. This green where the militia are, but because militia can do it by themselves, unlike that the AM is there. So he's either at one of the 2 Murlocs or at your own null. And Fly has to guess right now. And he's guessing wrong.
Oh yeah, that's the first wrong call. Chaemiko mixing it up, like no early aggression this time for the first time in this series. And this works out so nicely. He sees the militia creep but can't do anything about it. We've seen this in this tournament already, that one grunt can steal quite a few nulls at this point. But that's a very unusual creep route, something that Fly was not expecting, and it's working out well for level 2.5 for free.
Yeah, massive experience advantage right now, but at least he's gonna find the AM. The nightmare would have been to not find the AM until there is level 3 on the human first hero. Big last hit right here. Blade Master has to get it, and it's not being played around. No, he doesn't get it, actually!
Oh, that was too easy. He gets the claws, so Chaemiko knows he's around. Of course, he's unveiled now. But man, this is almost a level 3 Archmage in 4 minutes. Yes, there's right clicks now, but the Blade Master is at below 50%. Grunt is getting ensnared as well. I don't think he has the damage. There's no second
he's gonna
water
get the
elemental.
trappers as well. He's basically level 3 now.
Wow. And the Blade Master is so low. Fly, for the second time dropping in the group stage, he needs to step up his game massively. But Chaemiko was able to do that almost in game 1. Can he finally get this? Chaemiko's playing nicely around this, waiting. This Windwalk doesn't last forever. At least he gets that, but the Trapper goes to Chaemiko, isn't it?
Does he?
Free right clicks again. Archmage has boots now.
Level
and the
3!
level up. That's another Water Elemental.
Oh my god.
Can he kill this Blade? Okay, he's taking a turn right.
Level 3 versus level 1. This is the nightmare. Good creep route by Chaemiko, and Fly guessing wrong. That's actually what was he. He had to guess
With
at
all
one of
this
the positions.
With all this experience and then guessing wrong and then not getting the last hits. Is it time now for the burrows? They're super exposed. There's so much surface for these footmen. Was he expecting a Firelord Tower Rush or something?
The Water Elemental at least is getting taken out rather quickly. Perhaps the damage, it should be enough.
Yeah, and
It
a lot
is.
of repair used as well. Fly is supply stuck. He gets the Shadow Hunter out, but Raider and Walker will take a long time. And the Archmage can just move away.
Block attempted from the Grunt, but with such an early game, he can afford to lose all of these footies, and it's still fine. But as it is, he's keeping all of them alive. As it seems, tier 2 should be done now for Chaemiko as well. Second hero, of course, I mean.
Hoping
Mountain
for an
King.
end snare. Not getting it. Not even the creeps are working in Fly's favor now. And the early shop this time.
Nothing working out here for the Chinese orc player.
Good timing to retreat for Chaemiko. He knew, of course, that the Shadow Hunter was coming and moved away before the SH comes out, so he can't get caught with Hex or anything. Level 1.5 after 6
A
minutes.
player's forces are under attack.
My god, how different the game can look. We just saw this map here, Cash, but wasn't a lightning shield denied? He got bashed by the creeps, that's why it was lightning shield denied. How unlucky is he?
Ouch. That's like a 1 in a million thing to happen. When it rains, it pours, I guess.
But he still got a lot of experience. Perhaps it was not a lightning shield deny after all, but guess what? Police have been called, moving towards the main, but actually we're gonna have an intercept here. Stormbolt flying. Blade Master should still be speedy enough to run this off. Yeah, okay. But the militia on their way. Wait,
Oh,
wait a minute.
Stormbolt. How long is he revealed? Oh, speed scroll!
Oh!
And no, he walks
Oh my
out of
God.
range, so close, but only one wind walk anymore. Chaemiko's just towering this up. Chaemiko tower pushes into the top 8, question mark. It looks damn good for him.
Fly, though, is a master at this tower push defense. He has had to play against this so many years when this was the meta, when this was all the rage in this matchup. Going for the Mountain King right away. Does he have the damage to take out the first hero? We have Spirit Link now coming in, making everything a lot more tanky on the Orc side. Blade Master needs that tankiness, already low HP. Actually, Spirit Link isn't even on the first hero. That's really annoying.
Chaemiko is distracting in the bottom to buy time for his towers there. There's no Warmill, only building it now. He can't go Headhunters, he has no reinforced defenses and can't go for catapults or counter towers himself. And he is supply stuck as well, as there's no 4th burrow.
So much mana on the air. He can spam those water elementals. Here's another one.
There's no crit, by the way. Still level 1 Blade Master, who is almost fully healed, but reinforcements are coming steadily for Chaemiko.
All the buildings, though, at least for Fly, is still super high HP. Also, the shop position, though, kind of hard to get to. He kind of needs to go forward and expose himself slightly. Now finally get some more items, some more healing. But when can he engage?
If he kills the shop, there's no backup. Also super low lumber. He can't go for a second shop, really. Shadow Hunter is so low. If Fly manages to hold this, it's almost a miracle.
Shop gone, and floodgates to the burrows are open. He wants this War Mill badly for the reinforced defenses. But he doesn't even have the lumber
Blade
for it,
Master
actually.
burned. He's basically surrounded there. He can't get out. Heal wave maybe to keep him alive and fight out, but it's so hard. There's a human area around him. He can't go through the burrows, of course. And Fly is, of course, losing. No, heal wave once more, but it's just a matter of time. Level up saves him for even longer. Chaemiko's just right-clicking like, God damn it, to finally die. And he does. Hero gone. Level 2. Now it takes forever to get him back.
Ultras around, bad positioning. It all comes down to the shop, kind of. He had to get to the shop, but then he was in a bad position after losing more walkers, losing both these grunts. It looks like Fly has given up. Now sending back his herd forces, but which forces, I ask you? He has like nothing left anymore. He's gonna have grunts, but what do you do with grunts against castles and towers? Nothing is the answer. And Chaemiko is victorious again against Fly and makes it into the top 8.
Applause from the audience here. Fair play. He shows it. Korea dominating. 5 out of 8 players are coming from Korea. Only 2 Chinese. And Rogue Warriors. They are basically a dream team of Chinese Warcraft. Infi down. Life down. Fly down. The only one prevailing is TH, who is still the big favorite in this tournament. But yeah, 25% Chinese rate. Horrible.
Yeah, seems like the Gold League, the Chinese Gold League domination is finally over. Already last year with the top 2 going to Ukraine. And Korea was a bit of a disappointment.
1 out of 4 actually only, with Infi claiming rank 4 and
True.
Lin going 4th spot.
Exactly. So now it's time for the Koreans and Europeans to shine, seemingly. But only 2 Chinese are still in the race, but they are heavy hitters. 1-2-0, and especially TH being extremely impressive this entire year, TH specifically, but also in this tournament looking damn strong. So China's still strong representation with those two, if not in the numbers, then at least in the quality of the players.
Chaemiko has finally stepped it up and broke his curse of losing in the lower bracket or getting super close to the top 8 but not making it. This half a year since WGL Winter, he seems like a different player going into this match, super confident, knowing that he has it in him to take down Fly. And great performances in all 3 series, even if he lost to Moon, that was fantastic. Yep. Keeping the nerves, never getting like really nervous or not having this, like never being afraid to win as newer players sometimes have this feeling. Just steady nerves, no big mistakes in the end, and that's definitely a newer or an upgraded version of Chaemiko here. The younger generation slowly but steady overcoming the older gods. Fly out by Chaemiko. We have Infi eliminated by Lawliot. Is their time over now, or is it too quick to call that?
We're certainly having a good mix, a good mingling there in the top 8. For Chaemiko, perhaps a little bit fortunate to play against ORC twice. That is his strongest matchup. But when he played against Moon, yes, he lost, but he played really well there, bringing him all the way to the brink. I know that he has decent results against Happy as well. He's not one of those guys who has never beaten him on ladder, so it's not like he is hopeless against Undead either. So this could be promising for Chaemiko, whose big goal is the top 4 here at WGL.
Second human in the top 8. We have 2 Undeads, 2 Night Elf, 2 human. There will be another Korean in the top 8. That's either Lin or Sok. So will we get a perfect race distribution, or will there be 3 humans if Sok takes it? It's again a battle of old school versus new school, with Sok being, of course, one of the up-and-coming players from Korea against one of the elder gods, one of the 6 S's, the second most decorated Warcraft player of all time, Lin. This will be our next match, but we can't wait to see Chaemiko on stage with hopefully a big smile on his face with Snowkiss and Wawa. Here the conclusion of Group C. Moon going into the top 8 through the winner bracket, but not without a loss. Chaemiko brought that to him. It's not the 10-0 Moon anymore as he was in Winter. In the winner bracket, Hunter was defeated by Fly. Fly then thrown out by Chaemiko. So Korea all the way.
But Group C in its entirety, Moon not as dominating as we thought, and Hunter perhaps stronger than we thought, but still the result in the end what we expected.
So, Snowkiss, Chaemiko, and Wawa. The audience still clapping for him. Yeah, that's the Chaemiko we know from backstage here. Like, a smile on his face, always in a good mood. Still a little shy, I guess, but yeah, it is the year of the beard site at WC EU. Chaemiko now with the power of the beard, making it to the top 8.
Must be such a great feeling for him. Now only one more step away. If he makes it through the second group stage, he's going to be top 4, which is his big dream. That would definitely be a breakout performance. We talk about that a lot for young players, having this one big breakout tournament and performance where suddenly they can skyrocket into a new league, seemingly. Is this already achieved for Chaemiko, or does he need to take it one step further? He will now be playing in the top 8, and that will be, of course, 2 days from now. We're going to have a day off tomorrow. Give players an opportunity to take a rest as well, and to come back refreshed on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday here at the WGL World Championship.
Well, there is a media day, so it will be a little exhausting, I guess, but there should still be plenty of time to prepare for their opponents, as we will have the official group drawing for the second stage later. The top 8 will once again be divided into groups of 4, where there will be double elimination, GSL style, for the second time, basically, before we go into the single elimination top 4 then.
Yeah, the semifinals plus grand final, single elim final day on Sunday. It's going to be an exciting, the most exciting day, of course. So this was our third game. Chaemiko victorious the second time against Fly. We have one match left, Lin versus Sok. That is the Korea battle coming up next.
Absolutely. We have an interview with Chaemiko up. Tomorrow we're going to release an interview with 120 of all people. So if you don't want to miss that, subscribe to our YouTube. If you want to support us a little, you can sub here on Twitch or follow us on Twitch. Raise the numbers on our social media with Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. Join our Discord. We are here without basically a casting fee. So if you want to support our little trip here